is going to be a little personal, and I'm going to be talking about a skin condition that I mentioned in my Get to Know Me video. And I will tell you how I overcame it, what it is, symptoms, treatments, how I handle it, and give you any advice on, if you're out there, you're dealing with this, on how to stay motivated and not get discouraged when these signs begins to show up. So thanks again for tuning in, and let's get into the video. Wait, before I get started on this video, I want to make a disclaimer and say no, that I am not a dermatologist. I am not a doctor, so anything that I say in this video, I will advise you to go seek your own dermatologist or doctor and give their opinion on what you should do, because with having HS, everybody's body and symptoms are different, and they are required to have different types of treatment options. HS is a term that abbreviates Hidradenitis Supperativa, which is a skin condition under the skin that forms bumps in areas such as armpits and your groin area, where you're most likely, sweat a lot. It holds a lot of, sweat and moisture. It's also known as acne inversa, which instead of it coming out, it forms underneath the skin. So from my experience, I wasn't quite diagnosed with HS until later on in life, but I did notice at the beginning I would get like bumps or boils up under my armpit that would hurt really, really bad, and the pain is so unbearable. It hurts. You could barely put your arm down. So I would apply heat to it to try to, let it go down, but then I'll just end up going to the doctor and letting them lace it and put a gauze over it or pack it and prescribe me antibiotics to help with the situation, because the pain is crazy. Like, you cannot be comfortable with the amount of pain that you're in. And so that would happen, and then I noticed it will pop up somewhere else, like maybe my other armpit, or like I mentioned, it happens in your groin area, and it's so uncomfortable. So once my doctor officially, gave it a title or a name of hidradenitis suppurativa, he sent me to a doctor that was like a surgeon too, and she had mentioned the type of treatments that I can have, from more antibiotics or a type of surgery that I can have. And so y'all, that was very hard, because at the time of my life, I was in high school dealing with this, and also getting ready to go off to college. So it was a big life choice decision that I would have to make in regards to dealing with this. So at this point, you're probably realizing that I go off to college with my friends after high school, and the answer is no. I decided to have the surgery. So the surgery process, I had my sweat glands taken from under my left armpit and my right groin area. And that pain and that experience, I would never wish that on anybody. Whether you have HS or not, I wouldn't want anybody to go through that, because that experience was very painful and emotional and depressing for me at that time. So once the surgery was done and I was recovering, I was in the hospital for a long time, it felt like. But it was probably a week or so, and I was so depressed and sad, because I couldn't go to school when I wanted to. I had to wait, so it just felt like it was a roadblock in my life. But to be honest, if I didn't have my friends or family there every day making me laugh and keeping positive spirits, I don't think I would have made it through it. So I really appreciate my family for, coming to visit me every day, whether I was in the hospital or at home, helping with my dressing changes, and just making sure I was good. Trust me, it was a day-to-day. Some days were good, some days were bad, but with them by my side, they made it a lot easier for me to get through it. So now that I officially recovered from my surgery, my scars aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. I see my scars as like my battle wounds. And every time I look at them, it's like, wow, you came this far. But to be honest, the surgery helped out a lot. Like, I haven't had any flares in those areas for years now. And I'm very thankful for that because, whew, like I said, that pain is no joke. But now I've just been taking like antibiotics and taking Myra, which is an injection. And I also taken turmeric, which are vitamins. They are really good. They help with inflammation. I also started, eating right and working out. It's a thing now where if you notice, a lot of people have trigger points. For me, I technically haven't figured out what my triggers are when it comes to having flares, but I haven't had a flare in a while, and I'm very thankful for that. So I'm just gonna, keep it day by day. If I do have a flare, and normally it just goes away on its own, and it's not as bad as it was from the beginning. So trust me, day by day, some days are, exciting and bright, and you have a lot of energy and you're happy. Other days, you just want to sit in bed and just lay down, sometimes even cry, because it's something you got to deal with for the rest of your life. And like I said, there's no cure. There's no cure for it. But I feel like one day we will have a cure. Whether it's in the form of a pill or an injection, we're going to have one. And I'm just staying positive. So before I end this video out, there was one Facebook question that I need to address, and it was, how do you tell your spouse or your other half about you having hidradenitis? Well, me, when it comes to dating and telling somebody that you have HS, I would just first be completely honest with them. I would sit them down and tell them what it is, the signs, the symptoms, the treatments, and if they're okay with it and they're there to help you whenever you have a flare, then keep them. But if you have somebody that's going to be negative and say mean things to make you feel unworthy or just bad about yourself, there's a door. Also, let me make this clear. Having hidradenitis suppurativa does not mean you're contagious. You're not. I have it, but I cannot give it to anybody else. It does not work that way. It's a part of your lifestyle. It does not make you who you are as a person. So I hope this video has gained you some type of insight on what hidradenitis suppurativa is, and also let you see how I have dealt with it and overcame the process of having it. But at the end of the day, like I always say, HS is what you have. It's not who you are as a person. So remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And hope to see you in the next video.